greed thrives. It's the marginalized who pay the price. It's time to rewrite the story. Time to rise. We're breaking the chains of corporate greed. This is the fight, this is the need. For the poor and the voices unheard. We're the truth, we're the word. Big can of falls, can hide the lies. From the ground up we rise. We rise.
Back everybody to F'nAround with Mo, Joe, and Mike.
Let's do it.
Today,
hey guys, it's Mike.
It's Joe.
All right, we got
I'm
a cool guest today.
So today we got Kid Frost. He's the owner of Toxic 247 Apparel and Frost World Genetics.
That's right. I'm Kid Frost. How you guys doing?
What's going on? We also got Hector and Smokey with us today.
How y'all doing?
How's it going?
It's Hector Green Thumbs.
That's Hector
Green
Thumb Max right here.
Green
and
Thumb
Smokey
Max.
over there.
There you go. Well, we'll start off with Kid Frost. You want to tell us about yourself and?
Well, I'm born and raised Chicago.
Yeah.
That's right. I've started a journey here in Chicago as an entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur, I'm going to say pretty much, I feel like all my teenage and adult life. I've started a couple brands. One would be Toxic 247 Apparel. The other one is Frost World Genetics. And so that's what we're here to share with you guys today. The clothing brand is an urban brand. Frost World Genetics is a seed brand, a seed company. And we provide some of the most premium genetics there is on the market.
Great. And he brought us a few of his products here. And, you know, if you're watching this, you can probably zoom in and see them. Otherwise, we'll be putting some links up at the end so you guys can find his merch.
And he's going to talk about all of them, too.
Yeah, I think we'll hold off for a second over there. Let everybody else introduce themselves.
I'm
Trying to jump. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You got to grow this.
He's ready to smoke. That's why.
I left out one of the products, though. We just did a drop on some glass tips or whatever. As you guys can see there on the table, what's unique about our brand of tips is that they glow in the dark. There's nobody else in the market that's doing this at the present moment, but I'm sure they will be following suit.
Oh, yeah.
Non-toxic plastic?
Not toxic plastic.
Well,
glass, pure glass.
Exactly.
Brother.
They're glass. They're glass. They're a little harder.
So
they
Green Thumb.
glow in the dark. I like
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
We'll check them out. We got to see the glow in the dark. I know you showed us earlier how to do that.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
gotta
We'll take a look at it again. Yeah, for the camera, exactly.
That one right there is going to get it.
Green Thumbs, you ready? Tell us a little bit about yourself right now.
Me, I'm the cook of the crowd. Between us, there's four of us, and I'm the cook of it. I like experimenting. I grow myself, but I like making edibles and gummies. And
Okay.
I like to get people high in a different level outside of smoking. I smoke all the weed myself, and I'll cook and give it away. I won't make money on neither one because I'll smoke and eat it. But yeah, that's where I enjoy doing.
And he's a very good cook too. So me and Max teamed up, and we're trying to put together and formulate an edible brand that we can bring to the world.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
outside of there's sometimes you go dispensaries and you get these edibles or gummies, and it takes two or three. Sometimes you feel like you're wasting money. Sometimes I just want one.
Sometimes a whole bag.
You like popcorn, right?
So we're gonna have to test out your cooking skills a little bit on him. You know
Yes, we got
Yeah.
some.
You guys heard of the Mike Challenge?
Yes, yes.
So Mike has this big thing where he talks about it. Every time someone brings edibles, what's the rule, Mike?
It's not a big thing. I don't see it as a big thing, but you know,
You
I
talk
am
about it a lot.
considered the on the team. I'm the designated hitter, right? When it comes to
He hits the product, he hits the stuff,
You know
and
that.
he hits subscribe on any OnlyFans girl.
That's wild.
yeah.
The more expensive, the better for him.
Yeah, well, I don't have the money for the expensive ones.
Charge it to corporate.
Right. He gets it where he fits in.
We'll see,
Charge it to corporate.
we'll see how many of those fans want to sponsor us, huh? Maybe.
Get him a candy.
So we'll get into this later, but so
we
yeah,
could do a whole
You don't
bar
want
of
to start
this.
off right now?
You
Right
wanna
from the
make-
start?
wait,
Yeah.
Before we start,
we haven't
let's
even
talk
met
about.
Smokey yet.
We want to make Smokey, and then
Okay.
let's go back because we want you to break down the
Right.
products and what they are. And I know we all want to see if he can get high or not, and we want to see if he can see the moon, but
we can
we got to
start
meet
from
all the
now.
guests first.
Oh, I get it. Green Thumbs wants me to take one because he's saying it's gonna take 30 minutes. To
Okay.
get me.
Break-
So
You
wanna-
take one.
this
we
right
wanna
here-
see in 30 minutes
This
if
right
he's
here
floating,
is a
if he's,
triple.
you
It's
know.
a triple
He gonna be
chocolate
close.
mixture
triple
with
chocolate
RSO
mixture.
oil. Ethanol. This is ethanol. The oil.
Well,
is
ethanol does work on me.
Yes, this is ethanol. So our base oils RSO ethanol extracted. It's pretty good. We got a CBD level. We're trying to put it to where we could put it into dispensaries and everyone else.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
going to cut
sorry.
you off for a second.
No,
yeah,
you-
just
you-
the
Yeah,
crinkling
the
of the
crinkle,
bag
the
was right
crinkle.
on
I
the
got
mic.
you.
And it's
I got you.
all you hear is the crinkling on the
So what's the dosage on this?
So the dosage is a little
Like,
unknown. It is over 1,000 milligrams.
Total
Yes.
in one bar.
One bar.
I need to take that.
Yeah, just put it up really quickly.
So-
I need to take that.
Hold on
That
for
little
a
bar,
second. You want
that
to open
little-
it up and then we can continue talking, right? Because I don't
Right,
want
right.
could
Because we
hear
don't
it.
want the
Yeah, the crinkling
we
over
don't
his
want
voice.
the. I'm going
Okay.
through a tunnel.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is fucking hard to open.
It's
Does it-
childproof.
is-
It's
No, it just
childproof.
the cellophane keeps
It's
sticking to
mic-proof.
itself.
He's a grown man till he gets into the ethanol.
All right, so this doesn't look like it breaks up like a gummy would. So
No,
how's
gummy-
that look?
That it's nice and sturdy.
You're not-
It's not an easy.
Well, what I'm asking is that
You're
is
not gonna
that
take the
the
whole
dose you
bar?
want me to take right
No,
now?
You can take half the whole thing.
Oh.
Take the
Okay.
whole-
I
you're
want,
the one
you
that's
said
letting
nothing
don't
hit
learn.
you. You
I
say
know.
nothing hit you, but I want.
You said.
I don't want no misconceptions. Yeah, I ate his candy bar and it didn't do nothing to me.
He's like, I ate a little crumb, I ate a corn,
Yeah,
I didn't do
no.
nothing.
I will say, it tastes homemade. It's got a homemade taste to it. Do feel like I'm kind of eating weed though.
It's better than going to a dispensary and feel like you're eating medicine.
Right. Well, I mean, like I was saying before, I stopped buying or even trying edibles because they've never really worked on me historically.
So do you prefer your edibles to taste like nothing?
No,
candy?
I'm just saying.
He's pointing out the fact that it does taste that he
I got a
does.
giant piece of chocolate in my mouth and I'm trying to kind of review it as I'm going here.
That's what she said.
To you, maybe.
He's never heard that in his life. None of those descriptions.
You notice there's no white chocolate bar out there.
If it was, it wouldn't be that big.
And it's funny that
Or
they
that's
say
30,
that
huh?
because I do happen to have some and I left it in the car.
You know what? I actually do. I think I had a piece of the white chocolate.
Yeah,
I think I got a piece of that in my bag.
Yeah,
And I don't know if
You
it's
got a
I don't
small
know
piece
I don't
of
know
those.
if I don't know if it's really white chocolate though.
it is. But the thing is, there are
Here, I can
more
finish it?
mixture.
Or did I give
feel
it
like
to
I need
you?
a fucking glass of milk.
No, I say eat
No, we
it.
talked about the gummy and gave me that.
And I can't even say it's
No, I
white.
can
This,
have gummy
this
also.
still this
You can
white
have
chocolate
this.
still
You can-
has some
hold on.
color to it.
He's gonna
Try
mix it up.
to have it one conversation at a time, please. You know, yeah.
Go ahead,
Like,
Max.
we can't hear it like too well. Like,
Oh,
if
I
it's
love
over,
talking
it's
all the time, but he's the one that's got to do the editing.
Right. He's a
Well,
moderator.
well,
You see, but it's also anybody who's listening when like it's multiple people talking at the same time. Then you're not gonna know anything that anybody's saying at that point because it all kind of like melds in together.
you see why his
Yeah.
nickname is Mod, the moderator? He can't ever just relax and have a chill time. He just wants, he's trying to make his job easier and not make it more fun.
Exactly.
But by the way, I feel bad. We got Smokey over there in the corner smoking, and he still hasn't introduced himself.
No, we're about to go to him right now.
I'm Smokey. I smoke and I grow weed. That's really all there's to it.
So on that couch, we got the genetic man, We got the grower man and we got the smoker man.
And the cook. He's the cook.
He's a
I'm the
cook.
cook.
I was just,
That's the
Yeah,
chef
no,
right there.
I do a little bit of both. I've been cooking for a long time.
Chef
since
Weed
the
RD.
90 in Florida. I grew up in Miami.
Oh, very nice.
So
So you're the
we used-
Heisenberg of the team.
We used to have helicopters hover over the buildings looking for the HPS lights, back then.
Oh shit.
Remember when they used to melt the snow off the roofs back in the day?
No,
They'd be
no
looking
snow
for
in
that with the
Miami.
snow?
No snow, but you.
No, I meant here.
Oh, I wasn't out here for that.
Oh,
How long you
like-
been out here?
I remember growing in a place you could see the snow missing.
I've seen like
2010.
the pictures and like articles or whatever it is about that, like about like cops like finding out who is growing weed because like like especially in Chicago or whatever when it snows or like anywhere where it snows really, like when it snows like the entire roof will be like no snow on there
snow.
But you
because
know,
it's all melted from like the heat.
that wasn't too smart to be putting your grow in your attic though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I used to have a place in Washington Park. We used to live over there, and we're in the top floor, so you can see the room. That, yeah.
I didn't start growing out here till maybe 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't start growing until it was legal to be medicinal.
Somewhat. Afterwards because I did it in the 90s when it was illegal because of my uncles.
That was never illegal.
Right, but that was
In
down.
Miami. Well, in Miami. In Miami, and it was called Crippy.
Oh, crippy. Okay, let's get into that for a second because I haven't heard that one. Have you?
What's
No.
crazy?
You ever heard of
Never
Crippy?
Oh, I
Crippy?
never heard of crippy.
It's Kush. Right before the Sensimilla bags in 2001,
Okay.
2002.
So we didn't start high school till 2000. So, and I mean we were like we were regs, mids, and then you got the seeds, and then we got the dank, and then Kush didn't start coming until a
Dank.
little later in high school for us.
Well, hydro first came. For us
I
was
remember.
hydro because everything was grown hydroponic, and then from there it just started becoming Kush because after that they went from water to dirt.
Oh yeah, I remember picking out the seeds and stems still.
Yeah, I've been through all those phases. I done seen it all from, Mexican brick weed. That was the first era of marijuana. You know what I'm saying? From that point, 30s, 60s. I grew up in the northwest suburbs, so I got to experience some things that other people didn't get to experience on that early, time period. It went to the 30s, 60s, and 30s, 60s, where it's your good weed that was nice and green and lime and had very few seeds, if any, or whatever. Then it went to the dro, and then of course after the dro episode, it went to, the Zaz and all this old special names and all this shit.
Everybody had, like they had the smoke, they had everything. Remember? What was that? What Afghan Kush? Remember when everyone was doing that?
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a big one.
Yep.
White Widow was big.
Yeah, White Widow was big. Afghan Kush was huge.
Yep. That was like our high school years.
Yeah,
And college.
Yeah.
Those are my adult.
A little bit of age
I've been
difference.
around it for a long time. Yeah.
But that's why you guys are here to kind of talk about your experience and what you
Yeah,
know
sure.
about it and what
I
you've
think-
done and
I
how you
think
see the
first
industry
time
change.
I smoked pot was I was listening to Crazy Train when Ozzy Osbourne came out with that song.
Can you lean into
Oh,
the mic?
okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No,
You can pull it towards
You
you,
can pull it
too.
towards
Yeah, you can,
Yeah,
you
I
can get it
did.
closer.
I-
Just
I-
don't.
no, I-
Don't
I-
grab
I
the
am.
mic.
Sorry.
Like just on the yeah.
Stand.
Yes, exactly.
You
Yeah,
don't have
perfect.
to stroke it. You can just grab it.
No need to
Pause.
cup the balls.
Pause.
Come here, baby. But anyhow, after the stroke, kind of embarrassed me, But since the 70s, I guess I've been smoking 78, around there. I started Yellow Seal envelope pack. You got more seeds and you got more weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then from there you graduated to buying $2 joints from your neighbor's brother.
Now you wish you could get them for $2.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you can in Michigan still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
Not
that's-
here.
Not here.
not here.
Nah, everything expensive as shit here.
So what are you lighting up? Is that one of you guys' products? No.
No, but I do have a little of my flower. This is some of my one of my flowers. This is the Lethal Weapon. You guys can check it out and smell it. It's a couple pieces in there. And tell me what you think.
plastic wrapper.
See, I'm not a big weed person, so I don't know what to think about this. Like,
Ah,
it
okay.
smells like weed.
It just smells like weed, huh?
It smells like weed. It
We'll
does
give it
smell
to the
bad.
connoisseurs over there
That's
then.
right here.
he's got it.
He's got a sewer. That's him.
It's 2
Take
out
it.
of the 3.
Take
It
it out.
smells good though.
Thank you.
got a nice smell to it.
Yeah. Density's nice.
See, I wouldn't know anything about that.
The crack, it's nice. You know, dry,
Yeah.
it'll break up well.
Right. After you cracked it, you should have smelled it even more. With
That
it came.
releases
I
the
did.
smell right there, right?
Yeah.
I can still smell it. Very nice.
Are we gonna be able to like roll up one of from that nugget?
Yeah, we
At
can
some
roll
point,
up
yeah.
from that nugget if you guys really want to experience it.
Yeah, mostly for him. I might take like maybe one hit from it, but after that it's gonna fuck me up.
Hey, let's do it.
That's it.
Let's do it. I have no problem. I will hope that you will want to experience something that
Oh,
good.
I'm loving watching like the smoke swirl out of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is really
tip,
cool.
rifling.
Actually.
Tip too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's
That's
got
a tip.
It's
That's
got a
Yeah.
nice
the
look
tip.
to that.
Thank
Tell us
you.
about that tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get into that tip now.
Well, that's one of the items that we just dropped under the Frost World brand is new to the world. Well, the tips are not new, but there's been other glass tips on the market. These are like some of the most exclusive, premium, luxury tips that you can find on the market. These tips are Frost World Genetics brand. They also glow in the dark, so they have a unique feature. So there's not any other business or company that I've seen promoting this style of a tip. And we're actually going to be dropping some more colors in these tips as well too in the up and coming weeks.
Should do them like lightsabers, different flavors. You can go to the dark side or the light side.
That's right.
You can have
Like
those
right
ones
now
that
you're
have
on the
blunt
light
doors.
side. If you turn that light off, it'll glow green. So you'll be on a little,
Luke, come here, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Spoke with that Skywalker OG now.
the
So
Incredible
where are you
Hulk
able to
side.
pick those up?
You can pick those up directly through us. You can hit us up on Instagram at Frost World Genetics. That's Frost World _ Genetics.
We will
Or
be
you
adding,
can hit me up, Kid Frost _ 247, and that's how you can pick them up at the moment.
Don't worry, we'll be everything he says for links and Instagram handles. We'll put them all at the bottom of the bio, so you guys can just go there and you don't have to write this down and freak out. And how much are you going to be dropping those for? May I ask?
You can get a 5-pack for $45, or you can buy them individually, one for $10.
Very nice.
And you were describing some of the other features aside from it glowing in the dark and being glass. Joe was watching Smokey over there hit it, and almost every time he hit it, he had perfect rings coming out.
We'll let Smokey talk to you guys about that.
Basically, if you roll this tip correctly, it pulls really well. Like the swirled drill holes through the tips, it allows the smoke to pull evenly through the joint, creating more smoke. If you're looking at it through the camera, you can see how much smoke is just pluming off the joint.
That's what I saw. I'm like,
Yes.
holy smokes, I'm watching it.
And if I put rosin in it, it'd be like 10 times smokier.
Pass that over here, Joe.
Hold on. I got
I got your minute. Damn it. All right, sit back down for or not. Let's see this. That's one of my big pet peeves about smoking joints ever is the canoeing that happens.
I try to roll it perfectly so it doesn't do that. So if you pull evenly, that tip allows you to pull
Right.
evenly.
Just
It
like you were
shouldn't
saying.
Right.
How does it feel?
I mean, this is a fat ass joint. It's pretty good.
All right, describe the flavor designator.
Yeah, there are hints of weed.
Yeah.
And, there's a bit of a cushness to it.
I meant describe like the feeling of hitting it through the hitter. Like
No, I mean hitting it through the hitter is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
This is fucking legit.
It has
I'm gonna
me
pass this
back
back
over
down. I
here.
have an ashtray over here.
and that's how it is.
Soon.
It's fucking legit.
It's fucking legit. I'll take that. It's fucking
But
legit.
yeah, man, as like I usually go for those. If I'm gonna do a joint, I go with the cones.
Mhm.
You just kind of pack them like a fucking pirate cannon or some stupid shit. But I like that, man. I'd be down to do that if I actually knew how to roll a joint.
Cost efficient too.
Well, it's
All
not
you gotta do
that
is
hard.
buy
You
some
know
alcohol.
that nowadays they have the little joint rollers and shit, blunt
Oh,
rollers.
yeah.
You can get one big enough to stick the tip in, and there you go.
All you need is alcohol now and paper.
That's all you get.
That's all you can do. You can only get the
You
tip.
just gotta get the tip in.
Yeah, once you get the tip in, you know what come next.
The rest.
Stop
to give
feeling
a
like
bigger hit.
John Wayne, you're rolling up.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a good hit. You're getting an even hit. I mean,
Nice and clean.
definitely clean. I mean, I don't know how to really describe it. I mean, it's almost like you're smoking out of a bowl.
Yeah.
You know, that's how clean and not there's no fucking little bits of shit all over me after I pull it and stuff comes flying through. No, it's good. I like it.
Some particles.
Right. No particles, nothing in your mouth that you don't want there.
I'm over here dying still.
I'm starting to realize why you're the chef and he's the chef. It's pretty obvious from this angle. I know if we're in the kitchen, it might be a little different, but out here when it's smoking, we give it a smoky.
Yeah.
You're very quiet over there, Smokey. You just enjoying the smoke, or you want to jump in on something?
I mean, I smoke. I jump in when I jump in.
So I'd love to hear the backstory of the brand because I love this look. The jackets you guys are wearing, the hat, the beanies over here, and I was looking at the website, which we'll obviously add to the bottom too. You got some great stuff on there. Like, what do I like?
The distressed hats. Those
Distressed
are pretty
beanies
cool, man.
and hats, amazing looking. I loved it. So, what made you get into it? What made you think of it? How did it come about?
Okay, well, this wouldn't be my first rodeo with a brand. I used to have a brand like more than 15 years ago. And so I've always had a passion for creating and fashion and different things of that nature. Long story short, I have kids, and my son had an idea that he wanted to do something with fashion. He came up with this name. And I'm like, this would be something cool for me to do with my son, build a brand or build a business. And so he came up with the name, and I kind of tweaked it. He just came out with Toxic Apparel, and Toxic Apparel, it was kind of already taken, so I just kind of flipped it to Toxic 24/7 Apparel.
Okay.
And so that's how this journey began with this brand.
Very nice.
So-
looks amazing. I mean, we'll have the website in the bottom. You got to check out his stuff.
We
It
have
really
we
does
have
look
all
good.
kinds of stuff. We have beanies, puffer vests, puffer jackets, varsity jackets,
I saw high tops.
trucker hats. We also have our own chucks.
Yep.
So
Workout equipment.
we
Yeah,
got
workout,
some leggings and stuff like that for the
I
ladies.
definitely noticed that on the website. Trust me, I caught that. That caught my eye.
So that's how that journey began with the apparel brand. So I actually love creating things. I think that's my addiction is creating and having a passion for creating them in a sense, because I initially started, we're going to switch subjects for a quick minute. We're going to go to the Frost World brand. And basically what I'm saying, I like to create things. So between creating fashion and growing was my first passion when it came to the plant. My second passion began with breeding, the genetics, creating my own strains. And so with those two things being said, I'm a creative person, an artsy creative type of person. And I have a passion for creating things. And Frost World Genetics, that's how that came to life, from my passion of creating things and also loving the plant.
You know, I'm having a flashback, a nostalgia moment to How High. You guys remember the first one? Mm-hmm. Yep. Everyone else picturing that right now while he's talking? Like, remember the love of the plant and the genetics, and he's creating a plan to help everybody. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
Love that movie, by the way. That's
Yeah.
classic.
I love all the,
Currently living it.
you know.
He created genetics. I'm growing them out. You know.
So you want to get into how you do the genetics, like how long it took you to perfect this, how many different options you have, or how it works, or like.
It took years to perfect this. I've been doing this for 20 to 25 plus years, from growing and breeding more than 10 to 15 years. So with that being said, I'm steadily, constantly learning. I don't think anyone knows everything about this particular plant. I don't think it's been studied long enough. I don't think us as humans know everything about it. And that's the best answer I can honestly give you. So I'm still creating, working, and learning, as well as I feel like everyone else is that's breeding or creating.
So let me ask you, because I'm sitting here thinking about it. How do you crossbreed? How do you actually do the crossbreeding? Do you just have to bring the plants the male and the female plant close to each other, and
Okay,
you know,
that's a good
fucking
question.
air
There's
does the
multiple
rest.
there's multiple ways of crossbreeding some things, but particularly a person would be called a pollen checker who just sticks a female plant and a male plant in a room and they have no really concept of what direction they want to go in with that plant.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about everybody else, but me as a breeder, I select things that I like, and that's typically what everybody does. They select the things that they like coming from that plant, a male version of a certain plant, and picking a female version of a different plant that you like, that you select.
Can you crossbreed
And you
different
cro-
types of plants?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about a coca plants? Just throwing it out there.
No, not like that. I've never attempted to crossbreed anything other than a cannabis plant.
The
Just out
chocolate
of
bar,
curiosity.
the chocolate bar
man.
might taste a little more like chocolate than me.
Yeah. Everybody like chocolate.
We sure do.
So, no, I haven't attempted that.
And where
So-
do they pick up your seeds?
They can pick my seeds up on Attitude Seed Bank, Supreme Seed Bank, and a few other seed banks that's out there. Sanctuary Seed Bank. Those are the three that I can honestly just like remember out the top of my head at this moment. And you can hit me up. You can hit me up directly if you like through Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You find me on social media at it, and we could talk about what you might want or what you might be interested in.
I want to stay on this crossbreeding thing, or just the act actually like the process, right? So like when you first got into crossing, doing the breeding yourself, not just sticking a seed in the ground, but actually getting the plants together. How do you get the plants, to I guess fuck would be the word, but how do you exchange their DNA?
You put them in a you put
pollinating bees.
you put
or-
a strategic male plant that you
butterflies.
like in a room full of bitches. Okay, technically,
If
this
you
is
put
what
him
you're
in a room
doing.
full of bitches, he still doesn't get it done.
That's fucked up for him.
I'm just an easy
That's
target.
his trait.
That's
Just
his
an easy
trait.
target.
So anyway, that's pretty much what you're doing. You can do it that way, or you could grow out a male and collect this pollen and strategically place it on whatever plant you so choose.
So, how did you do your first?
I did
Your
what
first,
you call it. I did what you call
breed.
an open pollination. I put that one stud in there that I liked, and all the female bitches that I liked, and put them in one room, and nature did the rest.
You put on
So-
the music, the red
Right,
light,
no, but
red
like, so-
light, you know.
In the room, you got a fan going. How big is it? Is the room like a small little
I
closet
told you
size
he
of
likes
a room?
OnlyFans.
Or is it going to be?
It could, it could be whatever size room you have to work with. I don't know about everybody else.
No,
but
I'm asking about your experience, because I've never
my
done it before. I've
experience-
done a couple of times where I've gotten a seed in a bag, or
I
come out of a
didn't-
nut.
I've done it
and I
in
tried
an
growing it.
8x8 tent before and an 8x4 tent before.
Okay, so you
So that's 8 feet by 4 feet.
Okay, so you used a tent. You said, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got that tent, and then so air can still go through the tent, I guess, right?
Well, you have
Pretty
fans inside.
Okay,
there.
so then you got
create-
fans going
you're,
too.
You're creating an environment where you're trying to emulate outside and keep a certain temperature
Okay.
dialed in. You got your air going, and so you got motion and air and movement.
Okay.
So what else?
No, that's cool. That's cool. That's kind of like some of the shit I was thinking about. I'm thinking like, I'm thinking.
How
know,
would
if-
you perceive in nature a plant
Oh no,
will
exactly.
grow?
I get it in nature. Like
So you
know,
want
I-
to emulate that the best you can. So of course you got your lights,
Right.
you got your fans, you got your exhaust fans, you got all that shit tucked inside of an 8x4 tent, and you got the bitches you like in that tent, and you got the plants that
Now,
you like in that tent.
Are the bitches? Are they all the same bitches, or are they
No, they different.
the different bitches?
Yeah.
But-
Why would you put the same bitches in there?
I'm
let
just
me ask you
wondering
that.
to make sure that all the qualities from
You picking the baddest chicks in the world that you thought you ever seen or saw that you enjoyed, that you experienced already.
They all the same.
No, definitely not.
Hell no, they ain't all the
You're
same.
right. That's
Why
what I'm
would you
saying.
want to do
Why
that?
would you want to do that?
But
That's like us traveling
They all the
across
same.
the country and seeing all these different women and decide, you know what, I wish all the bitches that I ran across looked the same. No, man.
Yeah, phone call. Anyway,
Saved by the Bell.
no. So look at it this way. Twins. You've got. I'm just wondering if, not even looking at it from like the human perspective, just as to making
Even
sure
twin,
that
even every twin got something different about them.
Okay, okay, so that's kind of where I was meaning. Do you use let's use some of the older names, right? Like, so you got 4 white widows and an Afghan Kush male, right? And you got the 4 white widows there because you want to make sure that they all get pollinated by this one Afghan Kush, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm asking. Do you
Yeah,
do it
so
like that?
I only way that would happen is if I thought it was something really special about those 4.
But those 4 aren't mixing, right? Or are they gonna cross each other too?
They wouldn't.
They would never cross
No,
each
it's
other.
male and female still.
No, I know.
So if
trying
you
to
got
say
4,
he's-
if you got 4 females in there, why would they?
Because he wants to make sure what he's asking. He wants to make sure one of them is going to come out with what you want.
Right, like I'm
He wants to make
thinking.
sure-
That's
because
why
you
you
take
choose
one-
those 4. You never choose just one.
Yeah, but
When
he's-
you're hunting, you're gonna have to choose in quantity. I mean,
So, all right.
Right, I'm just saying. So you got 4 different female
Female.
plants
Correct.
and 1 male plant
Correct.
because you're trying to get the male plant characteristics into those 4 awesome females that you already got going, right?
Right.
To create 4 new strains.
Correct.
Alright.
That's just like you getting you 4 females of the same, race, and saying them are the prettiest 4 you ever seen, and you want some offsprings with them.
Yeah, no,
He's still looking
I
for
think-
one.
I think what he's trying to ask is all right. So when you have this one male with the females right there, right? The females, are they of the same species of plant, or are they different types of species of plants out there that they're pollinating?
Okay,
Strain?
no, see,
Or strain?
strain, strain wise,
Yeah,
it may not be 4 the same one. I might find 2 of the same particular female strains or variations or whatever, but it'll be something different about them.
Okay.
I might not pick 4 of them, and then I have different two different. Since you only picked 4, I probably have 2 different strains that I selected that I like also in that room. So with
Right,
me, it would never be probably all 4 of the same strain name
Okay,
in,
so
in
that's
there.
kind of where the question was. Like, so there is no necessarily, you don't need to.
unless you're looking for within a certain strain, you're looking for a certain trait.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you would do a mass hunt.
Okay, so that's kind of where I was going, is because even with people or genetics, you're not guaranteed. Red hair is a recessive trait, right? You're not
Right.
going to guarantee that gets into the next kid that somebody has. So that's why I was like asking, do you use for the same strand to try
Like
and
he said,
increase
it
your
depends.
chances that you
It
get
depends
that
on
redhead to show
It
up?
depends on what you're looking for as a breeder, or what traits that you're looking for if you're gonna do that type of big hunt or selection. So if you want to use 4 of the same strain or 10 of the same strain to figure out what you looking for, what you hunting for, to dial in what you crossing this male over into those 4 or 5 or 10 plants, then yes, there's people out here that probably will hunt 500 of the same strain name just to find a certain trait, a certain flavor profile.
It does get that deep.
Right. So now that's kind of where I was going with before when I was saying, are they the same or are they different strains?
Yeah,
Because I was trying to
really
see
it really all depends
you know.
on what you looking for as a
Right.
breeder. I was just fucking with you like you be fucking with me.
Right.
I love that though. By the way, you got in there, you got all sharp with it. You're like, oh, he gave me an opening. I'm coming. You're gonna have
So
with me, I'm not throwing
hopefully
you.
we got to what you was looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome. You know, because in my head I'm thinking like, fuck, you know, you throw some bees in the tent, or you just throw some heat around. I'm like, oh, okay. So you just try to
But
mimic it as
you've
much
seen
as
a
possible.
grow setup before, haven't you?
I mean, I have, but I've never done it myself. You know,
Why
like
not?
I don't know.
You don't know.
He's like,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, aside from the times where I found a seed in something I had gotten and germinated it properly and then put it in the dirt and tried to see what happened. I don't know. It seemed like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And not that I was afraid of the work.
It can be a lot
it was
of work.
not, like I was. It's weed, right? I'm like, it's weed. Weeds grow like weeds. Like you just throw that shit in the ground, it should grow like crazy. No, you got to do this to it, and you got to, pH levels and nitrogen levels.
It's like
oh,
it's like any living thing. Something got to do something for it to, survive or prosper.
right.
You know what I mean? That's just like us as humans. Somebody got to take care of us and nurture us and pour shit into us until we become a certain age or an adult where we can start taking over for ourselves and stuff too. So it's about taking care of something. And most people that get into gardening, it brings you a sense of peace like you probably would never feel like or even think that it would bring to you as a person.
So it's really not work.
It's
I
it's
just remember the
it
little
gets
sprout coming up and
therapeutic
being like,
in a
keep
sense.
going, little buddy.
It can get very therapeutic.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, gardening. I mean,
Are
I
your
enjoy
plants?
it. I enjoy it.
He grows all kinds of plants, so
Yeah, I
it
have
has to be
houseplants,
therapeutic
I have
to this guy.
houseplants, I have snake plants.
hey, he's got a green thumb though.
Yeah.
If I got to do anything more than give the thing water, it's
I
gonna
do
die.
a lot. I wake up early in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I pH my waters, because not only do I do my houseplants, I got 11 in flowering right now, and then I have another, I think, 12 in veg, and that's only just to cook with. That's not just, I'll flour it out, but the flour doesn't go nowhere but to be converted either to butter, oil. I don't do no shatter, nothing like that. I don't have a nuts and masher. I wouldn't even know how to start that. I get the idea. I know how to do it, but flour's real beautiful to smash. But outside of that, no. I'm more inspired with the cooking it with it.
Mhm.
Especially with this wake and bacon, the little Delta 9, that's more chemically induced for people, and they like everything. I always have to hear people tell me, oh, I ate this and I'm so blasted, and I said, well, try one of these, and I have to try to beat them because chemicals outbeat anything else. It's like a K2. Remember when K2 came out?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few of our past guests have talked about deltas and K2s, and one of our guests brought us a bunch of product from his shop, and it was all CBD, THCA, right?
Yeah.
And D.
And how was the effect of that? Was it a little different than what a normal THC or edible would be? Well, you just ate an edible. We wouldn't even
Right.
find
Well,
out.
I mean, so that's kind of where that challenge you heard in the beginning came from. Is no. That's my answer. Is yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm not gonna, I might get a little tired, but I've never felt really the way somebody like Mo would tell you how he's feeling on an edible.
Should have
Yeah.
took the whole bar.
Well, what's his timer
Still
on that one? Have you
seeing.
kicked in?
We're at 40 minutes right now.
Have you felt anything yet?
Well, probably like 30
probably
minutes
have-
with him.
Well, are you smoking that pen right there?
I'm
And
smoking this
Smoking a
pen.
pen.
I'm drinking
and this leather
drink.
couch do feel comfortable.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, I don't feel any too much more stoned right now. What I would probably have to do is the thing that taught me that I was having a problem with getting high from edibles was I had gotten a big jar of gummy bears from a home cook. And it was a home cook that a friend of mine used frequently. It was a friend of his. And he's like, hey, gave me a really good deal and said, this is what she's offering you for, I was like, how many gummy bears we talking? It was a mason jar.
Mm-hmm.
I think I paid $80 for it. And there had to be
500.
probably, right? I mean, I'm not counting, but
Trays are normally 36.
right. I'm passing them. I worked at Yelp at the time in New York. I'm passing them out at people at work. Anybody, take.
You forgot to tell them they were gummies, though.
No, I told everybody because it just like Green Thumbs over there. You tasted it when you
could
bit
taste
into
them.
it. And I never really got it. So one morning, Saturday morning, woke up before I ate, drank, smoked anything.
Took one.
Took one. I took 15.
Oh wow.
And I couldn't tell you that I felt anything really.
Really?
Right, and then it was when things got legal here, a few years ago. I was just talking to a guy at one of the places where I was living downstate, and I'm like, man, edibles don't really work on me. He's like, yeah, some people they just don't. It's just your body, right? It just metabolizes different, so you're not gonna get it from that.
Right.
He's like, you could smoke and get high, right? I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. I can,
I wish alcohol worked like that with us.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you might have to take the edible and put it underneath your tongue, let it dissolve underneath there because it might be faster. To get your blood sugar. I got tongue tied there.
It was a rewind.
I got
Okay.
tongue tied there. Mine was like, I got a cotton mouth. But the thing is that to faster your system, your vessels might be under your tongue. Instead of eating it and letting your stomach let it digest. And,
Put a piece of chocolate underneath your tongue.
let your
I
body.
If that-
Well, I'm meaning more as like in a gummy.
in the gummy.
Oh,
Okay.
no, man.
I was
Yeah, because it's like no homo or no P. Diddy. What is it?
No Diddy.
Is that a new
No Diddy.
They used to say back in 2000, in the early 2000s, sticking ecstasy up your ass, you get high faster.
That was funny when you were saying that. I was about to make a joke about melting some chocolate and having Mo help gelato.
But it's a faster way into your system.
I remember that show, 1,000 Ways to Die.
Gosh, the one with the wine bottle.
Yeah. You guys are terrible.
Guy was like an alcoholic and he was hiding it from somebody. He was like, yeah, he was using a funnel.
Through
like
his
a,
ass?
and
Yeah.
a hose, yeah. And
That's
he was
terrible,
pouring-
though,
pouring the
because
wine
Peach
into the
schnapps. It was
funnel.
peach schnapps.
Hey,
Something.
Oh, shit.
no,
That's
that's
crazy.
terrible. It becomes
You
more
guys
like
are wild.
a rundown. It's like a colon cleanup with alcohol.
An
He
enema.
died
Gave
of
himself
alcohol
What the
poisoning. That was
fuck?
his.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
one of those
no.
1,000 Ways to Die.
Do you guys remember that show?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
definitely.
Yeah,
I had a
that's
friend
wicked.
and we went to Tijuana, had alcohol poisoning in like 91 or something. We took him to the hospital and was all passed out, fucked up. We thought he died.
I
But
gave my
he didn't.
best friend's little brother alcohol poisoning when we were in high school.
That's got to be.
That
fucked
felt
up.
horrible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was scared
Fuck.
shitless.
I think I might have had it once or twice, but
He
who
was in
knows?
8th grade.
That's terrible.
8th grade?
He was. We were freshmen.
Kid.
God
But,
damn,
but
yeah,
yeah, he was
crazy.
having
We
a
started early.
he was having
Yeah,
a
same
birthday
here.
party and
I started
I-
with Miller High Life.
well, you know,
Who stops?
you're young. You get what you can.
Well,
you know.
You see what I'm drinking
No.
now? No, Heineken's kill me. I drink a 4-pack of Heineken's, and I'm calling off tomorrow. Yeah, I
He
can't
does a
handle
4-pack and he's still looking for the other 20.
Oh yeah, that
I
one
mean,
not gonna
again,
hit
you know,
you.
started early.
Listen, a few years ago, I used to drink anti-heroes, just 2 6-packs to get me started.
Oh, wow.
Maybe when you get a little older, edibles will probably smack your ass. You probably.
We are kind
I'm
of
not right. I mean, I'm not much of a beer drinker, but I mean, I go liquor mostly nowadays, and
I got a whiskey bottle, brand new, sitting on top of my fridge, non-fridge on my TV, a Baker's.
I swear to God,
Just
I thought you were
sitting
gonna
and I
say I
wouldn't
got a
even-
whiskey that you gotta sit on. I was like, I'm not.
Man.
Frost his eyes. I saw him. He saw it going that way too.
No.
Oh, I got
God.
this thing
I
on
don't
my
drink
fridge.
liquor.
It's
I don't
sitting
drink liquor.
on my fridge.
He's
can't,
already
I can't.
pulling out a funnel and
can't.
everything
Yeah,
for
I
the
can't.
bottle.
He's like, I want to test this theory.
I can't handle.
Crazy.
Smoke and eat, yeah.
Have you've been growing like your whole life, like other than like weed and everything, like you know,
I have a
they call you
back-
green thumb, right?
Shit, I've been around weed all my life. Yep, been to jail for weed. I got caught selling weed in high school. In grammar school, I got caught bringing it.
Were you growing also like when?
No, not them. No, I come from a family that are all pot sellers back in the 70s.
Okay.
So,
So your
They used-
legacy, true legacy.
yeah. My friends used to be like, "Hey, Junior, go get some pot from your mom." And I run home and go steal some pot. My little ass will steal pot. And I come back and we're listening to fucking rock, AC/DC, REO Speedwagon. And I'm trying to learn how to play guitar, but I'm too high. I used to see one time I was in they had, I don't know, when they first came out with U-Haul trailers, they had one, and when we were like 9 of us, we were all smoked out, and I was on a corner, and that's all I remember because we were super high and drunk. I used to hang out with a bunch of American kids, and you know, back in the days it was just rock and smoke and drink and take trips. We used to take backpack trips and go to Fort Lauderdale, fuck around. Then from there we'll go to, I'll travel out to Chicago and Florida. I grew up in Miami and in Chicago. So I go back and forth.
What got you like interested in like growing and everything then?
My uncles.
Your uncles?
Yeah.
It's all in the family.
Did they
It's all in the
grow?
family.
Did they grow?
No, they
No?
started growing when they tried to get out the cocaine business.
Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. So let's get into this.
No. They got me 20 years.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. So, in '96, my uncles had an operation in Kendall. That house used to produce maybe every 4 months used to produce at least 15 pounds. It went from hydro. We had one room hydro, one room lights, and they weren't HPS. They were fucking big bulb lights, crazy. And then I went to prison. And when I came home, I grew a plant. I got married, and I went straight for about a month, and I grew a plant. That was my most illegal shit I've done ever since I got out of prison, because I went federal. They gave me 20 years. I grew a plant, and that was amazing. And then maybe 2 years later, they started talking about legalizing and medicinal. And I took the chance and grew more plants. And I bought some fucking, I think, LED. No, I bought the first, what was it, 600 slim HPS light. The one with you take damn converter outside, the ballistic outside and shit, put the light there. And then my wife got mad, kicked me out. So then I started growing again once I remarried. And went to Florida, I came back, and I just started growing. My cousin's wife is the one that got me growing again this year. Well, in 2019. Because she would grow outside. She lived by Midway Airport. She had like a 14.5-foot plant.
Oh,
14-foot plant and maybe 5
15
foot
foot.
wide.
15-foot fence.
Oh, she got, they're in an Italian neighborhood over there by 63rd there. So her neighbors didn't care.
Yeah, but it just takes one
Yeah.
roller to go down the street and be
Yeah,
like,
but-
I know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, so I would hope it's 14-foot pant,
And
15-foot
tree.
fence.
That's a Christmas tree.
so they gave me some weed and it had seeds, and then from there I grabbed the seeds and I started growing again. And they just grew the passion, and I had so much weed I just didn't know what to do with it. I was like in the movie Blow when he had all this money, didn't know what to do with it.
So I partied with George.
Did you, George Lou?
George Young?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually partied with him in Ann Arbor.
Ann
He was
Arbor?
yeah, because remember when he was living in Ann Arbor when he got back?
When he got out. in
Yeah, so I
2000
partied with him up there right before COVID. So I was up there right before COVID started, and I was up in Ann Arbor partying with him. May he rest in peace, sadly. But I went up there. I met him at some networking event here where he was a keynote speaker. Met him. We hit it off. started talking. I went up there with a bunch of my buddies because I mean it was a lifelong list to party with
Right.
Boston George. So we had
That's
to
cool.
party with Boston George.
He was in the feds while I was in there, but not in the same building. You could see he was in the circuit.
Oh wow, what
There
are
was
the
a
odds of
whole lot
that?
of people. Yeah. I'm trying to show you guys a plan.
So how did you two get connected? By the way, Frost and Green Thumb.
A friend of ours that this is what that's in my cousin's yard current right now.
A friend of ours,
Oh,
Can of Brother
Mutual friends.
Podcast.
Beautiful purple
A
plant.
podcast.
Oh. Oh, nice.
So we
Yeah,
started out
Tom
from
from
there.
Can of Brother Podcast. So
Shout out. You want to shout out your friend's podcast?
yes,
Tone. So Tone's a podcast from New York. So he interviewed me, and that's how I met him or anybody in the canner world, because I would just grow and grow. So I would search, and came across him, and he seen my grow on Instagram. I'm like Green Thumb Max _ Max. You can see all my plants and food. Hot wings, cakes.
You go all out. Have you guys ever thought about doing like events, like dining events where you do infused meals? And things?
I
know
want
it's a big
to.
thing here.
I want to. But my current professional life takes a lot of my time, because I am a professional chef for a hotel.
Okay.
So working for a hotel takes. I only go home to sleep, and then I go to my house, which is the hotel. So it takes a lot of time. But I thought about it. Something I wouldn't mind doing, even the food truck that's infused.
Yeah, or just, linking up with one of those guys and giving them a couple recipes or helping them figure out a recipe to, and then it's still yours.
Well,
No, definitely.
but going into that now, I'd love to ask you guys: have you guys tried to do any of the corporate stuff or the licensing process here?
yeah, I applied for dispensary license here. Of course, I didn't win. You know, it's a lottery system, and it's like playing the Illinois lottery. What's your chances of doing that and winning?
Well, it depends who you know, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a little less like
Little
the
rig.
Yeah, it's
actual
always
lottery.
like that. I don't really get offered to politics a lot, but we all know that a lot of things are rigged when it comes to that.
I
We
haven't.
got like 5 more minutes, by the way, before the hour.
I haven't done anything. I just cook to give away. I wouldn't mind really pushing it and putting it in somewhere, but it's a little more regulated and there's more bureaucratic red tape to it. It's not as easy as us talking about it.
And it costs a lot of money once you do that. Even just starting out, you got to pay an application fee that's non-refundable. So you go figure. And as a minority, everything is always much more of a challenge to break into that corporate world of doing what we love to do, or that our people that went to jail for, or any of that. I guess it's just like everything else. You gotta try to crack the ceiling by being the best you could be if you're a minority, and sometimes that still don't even work. So
Just
you gotta
bend the
learn
rules
how to.
and don't break
So
it.
you gotta learn how to pivot and try to be creative, and until they squeeze you out of that.
Do you want to talk about trying to break in, or what you try to do to break into the industry, other than apply for the license, or?
Of course, that's why I do genetics. So I'm trying to provide, a source in that means, because it's challenging here, and I'm sure other places, to get licenses. Like I said, it's a lottery system, and sometimes it is about who you know and how much money you have.
I'd say that's probably most of the time,
Especially
Yeah,
right?
this-
Because
but-
especially if you're one of those people that, let's say, you did get a lottery number, or you got picked without being clouded up.
Right.
That's gonna draw those people to you. We've talked to a number of independent people here on the show. We've talked about Joe's buddy who he was basically just used for his minority status. And that's
Yeah.
all they wanted from him.
Of course, they try to, probably
then they
use
screwed 'em
people
over.
and use people in that fashion and that term, but you got to know your worth as a minority person.
Yeah, so one of the things they were telling us was that what was it that the corporation, these big canna, right?
That's what we like to call them, big
What
canna.
we kind of we're calling them now.
Procter
Um,
and Gamble.
Yeah, it's like Big Canna comes in and they kind of try to, bring you in under their wing and say, hey, we can help you get this up off the ground, but you don't have it, so let's they basically start dividing up your license until it's not even yours anymore.
It's an
You're an
umbrella
employ-
system.
You're an employee in your own company,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're squeezed out, and they find some way to fire you.
Suck
Right.
you out.
Tragic.
That's why our contracts are printed in big lettering.
Exactly.
There's no hidden fine print for somebody to be like, hey, we're
We did that
right,
with mics though, right?
right out there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's still mics.
It just in mics.
Just
That's
mics.
watermarked.
Yeah, it's watermark. A black light watermark. Because we
Right.
know he'll never put a black light near his pants.
You never know what you see, man.
The eyes are deceiving, right?
Should we close it out?
Yeah, let's feel free to close it out.
All right.
Yeah,
Any
good
closing
night, guys.
statements for this
Pause.
for this part of the episode, gentlemen?
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
thank you for having us on. Check out Toxic 247 Apparel. Check out Frost World Genetics. Come get you some premium genetics.
All links will, of course, be on the bottom of this podcast, so make sure you go there, follow them on Instagram, check out their links, go purchase from them, and always say hi. And once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Joe,
This is Mike.
And this is Mo.
and you're on WUREFM Global now,
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, out of
We're ready,
Memphis.
out of Memphis.
Out of
Shout
Memphis.
out to
Memphis.
Underground Radio.
Underground
Shout
Radio.
out.
Shout out Underground Radio. Shout out Brittany and Company.
Shout out Brittany and Company.
Brittany and
And,
Company. Bringing
This
us
has
our
been
guests.
Timeless Wolf Productions, F'nAround at the Clover Club. And thank you everyone. Good night.
Next week.
Been canalized, mama thrives. We rise up, keeping truth alive. Corruption falls, great denied. And from the system we won't hide. Get up, break it down, bass shakes the ground. Justice calls, we're out the round. Big evil falls, truth is loud. We're the voice, unbowed, unbound. Get up.
Sounds good.
It's supposed to be lower.